Welcome back to the channel. Today's Valentine's Day, and in this video I am going to introduce Magnum Madness. So what I asked my subscribers is to give me 16 Magnum-like cartridges, and I'm going to do videos on them, and you, the viewers, are going to vote for your favorite Magnum to go on. And so in today's video, we're going to put the 243 Winchester versus the 240 Weatherby, and then the 25-06 Remington versus the 257 Weatherby. Remember to comment below on which cartridges you want to see move on. The first cartridge I wanted to look at today is the 243 Winchester. And yes, I don't think this should be considered as a Magnum, but there's not a lot of 6mm options, and I know this one is a very popular 6mm cartridge, and I think it's really close to Magnum performance. It's a very potent round. There's good reasons for why it is so popular as a deer hunting cartridge. Now, the parent case for the 243 Winchester is the 308 Winchester. This cartridge was introduced in 1955. And there really isn't any other 6mm cartridge that comes close to it in popularity. Let's just look at the performance for it. So, a popular bullet weight for hunting deer. Also, this is also a very good varmint cartridge. And so it makes it kind of a versatile cartridge between varmint all the way up to deer. 95 100 grain bullet. You can hand load it to get up to a little over 3,100 feet per second. That's pretty darn good for a 100 grain bullet. In 1968, Weatherby introduced their version of the 243. Now, this is the 240 Weatherby Magnum. And there is no parent cartridge. It was influenced by the 244 H&H, but quite a bit different. It is a belted Magnum. You could say it's kind of like a 30-06 case with a belt. Now, the case is actually skinnier than a 30-06 case, but roughly around the same length with that double radius shoulder. And it provides Magnum-like performance in the 6mm realm. So let's go ahead now and look to see how it does with a 95 and 100 grain bullet. And when you hand load it, you can get it going up over 3,300 feet per second. So it has about a 200 feet per second advantage over the 243 Winchester. Now, between these two, I'm going to say the 243 Winchester is a little bit more efficient, but this is a Magnum Madness, so efficiency, and well, there's not many on this list that are going to be efficient. So, both of these are great deer cartridges. The Weatherby is a bit flatter and a bit faster. As long distance cartridges, unless you're going to get it with a custom barrel, they're not that tailored towards long distance shooting, just because the twist rate in the barrels is only 1 in 10. But both of these are great little deer hunting cartridges. On to the 25 calibers, and this one here is probably the most popular 25 caliber. It is the 25-06 Remington, and as you might suspect, the parent case for the 25-06 is the 30-06. So it's a 30-06 case neck down to 25 caliber. And what it does is it gives you really fast velocity in these small 25 caliber bullets, and it gives pretty mild recoil. So although it doesn't have the Magnum name, I would say this is pretty darn close to being a Magnum performing cartridge. Let's just look at why. With a 100 grain bullet, you can get this going 3,300, mid 3,300 feet per second. A popular weight bullet for hunting. is the 110, and you can hand load it up to 3,200 feet per second, which is really good performance. This cartridge is a very good deer cartridge, and of course some people probably have taken elk with it. Again, it's mild recoil with really good performance. Now let's look at the 257 Weatherby Magnum. This cartridge was introduced in 1944. It's one of Roy Weatherby's original cartridges. And in fact, it's his favorite cartridge. And we're going to find out why it's his favorite. I assume it has to do with the performance and the mild recoil. So the parent case to the 257 Weatherby is the 375 H&H. Now it has been shortened. The 375 H&H case length is 2.850. So this has been shortened to fit into a standard length action at 2.549. And this cartridge is one of the flattest cartridges you can get on the market. Let's see why. So that 100 grain bullet, it's going almost 3,600 feet per second, so well into the 3,500s. And then again, the popular hunting round, 110 grain bullets, like the AccuBond, you can get this thing going almost 3,500 feet per second. So this thing is ridiculously flat with not so bad of recoil. There's a reason why this is a popular Weatherby round. In fact, the only Weatherby cartridge, now don't fact check me on this one, but I believe this is the second most popular Weatherby cartridge that Weatherby sells, just right behind the 300 Weatherby. Alright, before I end the video, I just wanted to show you the performance of each of these cartridges with foot-pounds as a hunting cartridge, because that's what they really were made for. So the 243 Winchester with a 95 grain partition, yeah, I know it's not the highest BC, and it going 3,100 feet per second at 400 yards, your energy is just a little bit below 1,000 foot-pounds. Now the 240 Weatherby Magnum with that same 95 grain bullet, it's going 3,300 feet per second at 400 yards. You're at 1,100 foot-pounds of energy. So yeah, it's a bit more powerful than the Winchester. Now let's look at the 25-06 Remington with a 110 grain AccuBond. And when you hand load it, you can get it going 3,250 feet per second at 400 yards, an impressive 1,364 foot-pounds of energy. A very, very effective hunting cartridge. Now, the 257 Weatherby Magnum. So I forgot to give the reason why Roy's favorite cartridge is the 257 Weatherby. I'm going to show you why. With a 110 grain bullet going 3,450 feet per second, which I'm sure you could get a little bit more, but let's just put it at that. At 400 yards, you're getting 1,500 foot-pounds of energy. I think the reason why Roy really loved this was because his whole motto was that velocity kills better. And the 257 Weatherby is a very mild recoiling cartridge, and it's a very fast and flat shooting cartridge. From what I hear, it's just a darn good, fun gun to shoot. I assume that's why Roy loved it so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to comment below to vote. Do you want the 243 Winchester to move on, or the 240 Weatherby? Or do you want the 25-06 or the 257 Weatherby? Please remember to vote for 2 cartridges, and we'll see you in the next video.